Hi Thomas, how are you today?
I'm doing well, thank you for asking.
What were some concerns and issues you were experiencing that led you to our office?
Well, I had Tori in the bottom jaw, two huge bone growths on each side, which my tongue barely narrowly would fit through it. Very tight cavity, and it was very uncomfortable. It's affecting my sleep, and where I would wake up a few times each evening where my tongue didn't have any place to rest. I would be breathing through my mouth and became very uncomfortable. And had different scenarios where I'd visit doctors and they told me what it was, and I didn't do anything until just recently. So I did research on how the tori was removed, and after learning that what's normal and customary about removing it with a hammer and chisel, I decided to go further in depth in trying to do research if there's another way to have it removed. And I came across Dr. Hannah, and it's the best decision I ever made regarding my tori.
Okay. What was your experience with Dr. Hannah and her team prior to your treatment?
Unbelievably professional, very courteous. They made me feel so comfortable. I felt like a child in a fun zone, operating games. I had so much. Actually, the process was quite fun, believe it or not.
And what was your recovery like?
The recovery was a recovery. Yeah, the recovery honestly is a little bit uncomfortable, which it should, because it's oral surgery. They're gonna cut you, and they're gonna remove what they need to remove to make you feel more comfortable. It's a healing process. It's a given. You know, it's gonna be a little bit uncomfortable, but I got through it. 3 weeks. It just felt like a gauze pad on your lower jaw, and that's it. You just gotta be careful on how you brush.
And how has this treatment impacted your life?
Tremendously. I mean, ever since the tori started growing and expanding, it's just great. I can sleep now. Before I was waking up, like I said, a couple times per evening, and now it's night and day. I mean, it's a great feeling to be able to breathe normally again, and not have the tori in my lower jaw.
So would you recommend this treatment with Dr. Hannah and her team?
Oh, absolutely. You won't regret it. It's the best thing you'll do for your condition. If you're concerned for it, if your tori was like mine, where it was excessively overgrown, then this is for you. I wouldn't do the hammer and chisel, I'll tell you that. Don't do the hammer and chisel. This is the place to come.
Thank you, Thomas.
You're welcome.